anyway, Rick's been with us for the last week, appropriately foreign exchange attired. Is this your first time to New York, or have you been here?
No, I've been here many times before.
Yeah.
Thank you.
First time you've been to a foreign exchange trading room?
Yes, it is, absolutely.
And how long have you been with MoneyMap?
2.5 years, roughly.
Oh, right, so you're one of our longer...
Autumn 07. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And have you sort of had continuous training all the time, or have you been in and out of it and not really got
Well, I haven't really got good at it and smooth and so on, but in and out, I'm getting more and more into it. I used to have a day job, so I would be trading as best I could with my day job and leaving it alone and trading over the phone, which was always a disaster, that sort of thing. But I always had the graphs working and the grid. But never really using them to the kind of advantage I knew I should have been doing, and that's why I came to this. And I jumped at the opportunity to join the trade room and to join you and your elves in helping us out, So I'm so glad I came.
And what's the day job? If you don't mind me?
No, not at all. I'm a self-employed truck driver. And I have my own rig, which is parked up right now because the company I was driving for said, well, we don't need you anymore right now, but stay in touch because we could still use you in the future. Right. As it turns out, I'm taking care of my elderly parents at the moment. I'm living in their basement and taking my mother's feeble, and my father's got Alzheimer's, so I'm around to help them out. So it's kind of worked out, and I can do my trades and watch the screens and so on while I'm up and down the stairs helping the folks. So,
cool. So are you doing a New York session primarily?
I will be up for the London session because I do understand it's the most liquid and it has the most volatility and everything's happening in London. But I hang around. I mean, I've been doing a lot of reading for the Forex, and I understand that the best times to trade my time are between 3 a.m. and roughly noon. So that's quite a good spread of time. And I will, if I miss one, I'll catch the other. But lately, it's a struggle to get up at 3, so I'll just do the New York.
Right. Okay. And in the time you've been with us, do you have an affinity with any setup? I mean, do you like vanilla trading?
That's just it. That's it, Andy. I have been meaning. I wish when I had bought, or that when you supplied initially the software, that you provided a manual along with it. Because I've always asked myself, what do the shades of blue mean? And I had no idea that even the white meant something. And what do you do when the boxes are this and so? So I had no clue as to the types of setups. I only learned the setups since coming to New York this week.
Yeah, but they are all on videos.
Well, that's another thing I'm very guilty of. I don't think I've ever attended one chat room, so that's something that's totally my fault.
So you're not on that chat room?
No. Well, I mean, I'm listed and I have a password and all that, but I've never joined up.
But is that something you're changing?
I certainly will.
Right, because really that's a bit like saying I'm driving a car when I've run out of petrol.
Or my eyes are closed, or both feet are gone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you've had some difficulties, but you've got to get on that trade room. I mean, I think what everyone else has suggested on this small interview process we're going through is that they love the trade room. There's the camaraderie that you've enjoyed here, I think it's fair to say.
Absolutely.
Meeting the guys face to face, but they do that virtually every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's definitely something you've got to start doing.
Definitely will.
And just seeing other people who've been with us. I mean, Tyra's been here a little bit about the same time as you. Seeing and talking to them and hearing of their experience with the product, does that sort of convince you even more that you've got to get knuckling down?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, regardless of who I spoke to about what's going on, and meeting Joe Lespina as well, who seems unbelievably generous and a professional in the business, who's impressed with your product and so on, and willing to impart his knowledge and his ongoing communications and so on. It was fantastic. But I know full well that if I'm going to make a go of this, I have to knuckle down a little bit more and get with it.
How did you find Sam's presentation? Did you start to understand?
Well, Sam he provided a lot of input, and I was just going, and unfortunately for me, being the inside fluorescent light atmosphere, I found myself a little bit nodding, because he presented so much information in such a small amount of time, and I don't know what to do with it right now. So I'm going to be, writing him or something when he gets back and say, what?
You could go to Malibu.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then, to be honest, I mean, that's a fair comment, because he did really have to get through a lot of material.
Yes, that's right.
The reason for that is he usually does a week's training in Malibu all day himself.
Oh, is that right?
And he wasn't getting on till 2 o'clock, sometimes 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I sort of hear you a little bit there. Obviously, people who maybe have been concentrating on it for longer than you have, didn't have a problem with that, but I
Right.
understand that he
Yeah,
was.
I mean, I'd never heard of
giving-
vanilla, reverse vanilla, bounce. I
You
tried
wanna
it,
play
any
those-
of them.
You want to play the videos? You
Yeah,
can't-
I will.
We have,
Okay, they're in there.
let me just remind you,
Yes.
FXMM Tube, or
Yes.
Tube as you guys call it,
Well, Tube.
.com,
Right.
has over 1,000 videos.
Is that right?
And they're all instructional on
Oh, man.
all aspects of foreign
Okay.
exchange
All right, then.
with the money map. So
Right.
you can read, when you say, I know you like to read up on things, but this day and age you view things.
Well, even so. By the
We
way,
have videos on the bounce trade, the
Mhm.
vanillas,
Oh, really?
the 60-60s, the
Good.
reverse vanilla, so it
Great.
really is, you got to get
no
that done.
excuse. Yeah, I got you. All right then.
Anyway, I know you're in a
Yeah,
hurry to
no, well,
get
you're
back home.
about right. But Andy, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I'm so
Andy,
glad I came. Thanks a
thank you
lot.
very much indeed.
All right, you too.